Live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast. We got a special guest in the house, Nick fucking Fuentes, baby. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We got a special guest in the house, Nick Fuentes. Real quick before we get into the show, well, actually, do we got to kill the Twitch and Facebook stream already? Because he's probably bad off those, right?
We probably should.
Yeah. Right away. Right away. Come on over to YouTube, guys. YouTube, type Fresh Fit or Rumble, rumble.com/Fresh Fit. We're dual streaming this thing on Rumble and YouTube, and we're probably going to have to take the rest of the interview on YouTube. Or Rumble, sorry. Definitely not YouTube. So real quick announcements, guys. Rumble.com/Fresh Fit. I got it there in the banner because today's episode is definitely going to have to go to Rumble, but we're going to start off here on YouTube for y'all and keep it somewhat YouTube clean before we go over there. But Rumble.com/Fresh Fit. Also check us out on freshfit.locals.com. Get all the behind the scenes content, guys. That's safe. Also, Fresh Fit and Fresh and Fit store as well, where you guys get the t-shirts, hoodies, all the merch is there. And then also check out our Clips channel, guys. We've been going pretty hard on the Clips channel, man. We're almost at 40 million views for the month, man. So it's been going really well. So go ahead, check it out, man. Fresh and Fit Clips on there. Trying to get it to 1 million. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel. 80% of y'all that are watching that channel are not subscribed. And also, more Fresh Fit Clips is our other Clips channel. So if you guys don't got time to watch full pod, go ahead and check out the Clips channel. And then check us out on Spotify. We're posting on there every single day. Mo's on top of it. And then also, Fresh, you want to talk about your blog?
Yes, guys. We're going to be in Colombia this month, actually. I'm super excited. If you want to see our vlogs, lifestyle, go check out the vlog channel. 200 kind of way. Let's go. And then join the network, man. We're going to be there as well. Adding value, giving value. Go check it out.
And then check me out, guys, on Fed Reacts, guys, over there. I break down criminal cases. If you guys like true crime, well, I do it over there. I cover everything from serial killers. The last episode I did, I reviewed New Mech from Ryan Dawson, Nick's best friend, where I covered how a certain state that won't be named stole the nuclear bomb from the United States. So go ahead and check it out over there on Fed Reacts. And also, don't forget to go ahead and get my book, Why Women Deserve Less, because they do deserve less. Book's only about 80 pages, because they deserve less. Amazon bestseller, go get it. And then also, guys, do me a quick favor. Go check out Nick on cozy.tv/Nick. Link is below. That's his own website, by the way. How did that come about?
Well, I had to invent it because I got banned from everything. So, made my own.
Nick, I know who you are. Fresh knows who you are. I think our audience is pretty familiar with you as well, and all the grapers out there. But can you introduce yourself to the people who may not know who you are?
Well, I'm Nicholas J. Fuentes. I'm kind of the most banned man, I think, in the world, or I'm certainly up there.
Yeah.
But I'm a live streamer. I do a show Monday through Friday. It's called America First. I run a nonprofit, and I basically been the leader of the dissident right for like the last 4 years in America.
Absolutely. But going back, because obviously, everyone knows, Nick Fuentes now, but I want to get to know Nick from before. Pause. Can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing and background? You're very religious. I want to kind of see how'd you get there?
Sure. Well, I didn't actually start out super religious. I mean, I was born Catholic. I was baptized Catholic, but I was a pretty normal guy for most of my life. I mean, I went to high school and I was always very political, but I was really more like a mainstream person. Like if you met me when I was 14, 15 years old, I mean, I was as political as I am now, believe it or not. But my views were totally consistent with anything you'd see on Fox News or libertarians, Republicans, that sort of thing. And so it wasn't until I got to college, wasn't until I got to Boston University after the Trump election that I really came into the red pill. I got red pilled, so to speak. And I reverted back to my religion. Not that I ever went away, but I really became truly a Catholic. And I became a right-wing extremist that I am today.
According to Wikipedia, right?
Right.
And you, so you actually found your religion more so when you went to college, went to Boston.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people go to college, they become liberal. I went there crazy. I did the opposite.
Yeah.
I became a reactionary.
Was there a moment in time that, like, for example, an event happened that made you say, you know what, let me get closer to God? Or was it more like it just happened?
Oh, it was a real event. You know, I went to Boston University, and I'd never lived away from home. I never lived outside of Chicago, which is where I grew up. And it was one thing that precipitated it specifically. Maybe you guys don't remember, because this was kind of like, if you weren't paying close attention, you wouldn't have noticed it. But in October 2016, this was when we first heard about Russia and the Russia Gate, the Russia stuff. And if you remember, Joe Biden, then the vice president, comes out and does a press conference because Obama was talking about meddling in the election.
Yeah.
And Biden comes out and says, well, you know, we're going to retaliate. And I remember thinking there's a good chance Clinton becomes president and we're in a nuclear war with Russia, kind of like where we are now, which is scary. You know, there were some developments today with these cluster munitions. And so I remember in October 16th thinking like, okay, the world's going to end. Like, it's over. We're done. We're all going to die. And I remember thinking like, there's got to be more. You know, I wake up, I eat my 3 meals, I go to my classes, wake up, rinse, repeat. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm a person that wants meaning in my life. I'm a person that has consciousness. There's got to be more than the routine. There's got to be more than the physical. And so that was the first time I went out to the bookstore there. Maybe you remember, I know you went to school close by. I went to the Barnes & Noble on Commonwealth Ave by the big Citgo sign.
I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, you know right where that is.
Yeah.
By Kenmore. And I bought a Bible, my first Bible. I read the Bible. And I read some other books and I watched videos. And, you know, like I said, I was baptized Catholic, but I really started to believe. I really developed this sort of spiritual consciousness. So it was that in particular. I was afraid of Hillary Clinton, basically.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
So because most people go off to college and become way more liberal, they become less religious, they become, oh, yeah, let's hug the trees. And especially Boston. I mean, I could speak from experience here. You know, I graduated college in 2013. When you went, it was worse. I'll never forget. I went back to Boston back in like 2015. I had a Make America Great hat again, and everyone was harassing me. It was bad. You know what I mean? So it's only gotten worse. And you were there. How long did you stay at BU before you left?
I was there for 2 semesters. I was there from September 16 until May 17.
Well, and what was that like being over there as a conservative, a religious conservative?
Well, it was brutal. I mean, because I was there during the Trump election.
Yeah.
So I got on campus and the election was 2 months later. And I was kind of like famous when I got on the campus, because I wore the MAGA hat everywhere.
Yes.
That was like what I was known for.
Yep.
People were like talking shit about me on Yik Yak. You remember? Maybe that was a little after you were in 2013. So I think it was a little after.
I was gone, but I went back a few times, you know, to hang out with old friends because a bunch of my teammates were still in school. So I would go back every now and then. But sorry, continue.
So yeah, so people were talking shit about me on the Facebook group and on the Yik Yak page saying, oh, there's that kid with the MAGA hat on in the dining hall. And people would come up and literally attack me. Like people would come up. I remember I was in the line to get like pizza at the dining hall. Sure. And this black chick comes up in the hijab and everything. And she rolls up and she's like,
you can share it. Yeah, this is him back the America Great, the MAGA hat and everything else like that.
That was a little later. That was like 2020. But yeah, I mean, that's me in a MAGA hat. You know, so I'd be in the dining hall. This black chick rolls up and starts berating me. I'm in the line to get food, telling me, you know, you got to justify the Muslim ban and all this. And so I was harassed. There was a lot of death threats. But that was also how I got my start. Because within the first 2 months, there was this big firestorm on Twitter because I was pumping out tweets. Stuff that was edgy at that time. I was pumping stuff out, you know, feminism sucks, multiculturalism's cancer. Pretty like mild, you know, by today's standards. But back then, this was hot stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And so I was pushing this stuff out. And I was contacted by this group, Young Americans for Liberty, this like libertarian group. And they said, we want to set up a debate with you and one of your detractors because it was blowing up on social media. I said, I'm down. This almost didn't even happen. They were looking for somebody. Nobody wanted to do it. The student body president of Boston University stepped up to debate me. I'm like a freshman. I was there for a month.
Yeah.
And I'm debating the student body president. So they set it up. We did it in I forget the venue.
Was it a female?
No, it was a guy.
Oh,
some gay guy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course at BU. Yeah,
he was wearing a beanie.
Yeah,
I was making fun of him for that.
There's a reason why they say sucks to be you.
Yeah, well, it sucked to be him for sure that night.
so you debate him to take us through that.
So it was like 300 people showed up. It's like a big deal for because we weren't like e-celebrities or anything. It's like 300 people show up, and I go out there. It's like a week before the election, and I'm like, you know what? Trump is going to win. And I just go off because they're all liberals, all women in the audience. And I pop off. People love it. There's this girl in the audience named Cassie Dillon.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of her, but at that time she was working for Daily Wire. She was working for Ben Shapiro.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. So she periscopes the whole thing on Twitter and it's blowing up. Thousands of people watching. She texts Ben Shapiro because she's working for him at this time. And she says, Ben, I just discovered this guy. I still have the screenshot. She's like, you got to take him under your wing. He's the greatest thing. And so she comes up and interviews me after the debate. And, you know, we do a little post-game recap, whatever. And the last thing she asked me, and, you know, I don't know, I'm not going to say the country, but she says, one last question. Would you ever take a trip to the country?